In this installment of Top Trending, we're taking a look at some incredibly bizarre stories of twins. Join us now as we pick 5 of the craziest stories ever involving twins. You mostly hear about the special links and bonds that are commonly associated with twins, rumored telepathy to the empathetic ties between them. Edith Cassis would come to marry her twin's ex-husband and convicted murderer Victor Cingolani just short of a year into his 13-year sentence. Friends and family protested the wedding, going so far as having the judge order Edith to get full psychological testing before the ceremony could happen. Doctors found no signs of mental dysfunction. Singleness sister and brother-in-law would stand witness the marriage on Valentine's Day 2013. Edith's family disowns her, claiming she is guilty of a terrible betrayal, and Johanna is with God and Edith is with the devil. Twin brothers Craig and Mark Sanders did everything together. They even got engaged the same day, married the same day in the same ceremony, then settled down next to one another in similar houses with their wives. Identical twin sisters Diane and Darlene Niedermeyer. In an even more incredible turn of events, Craig and Diane would give birth to twin boys themselves, Colby and Brady. The likelihood of that is simply uncanny. Just to pull a number from nowhere for fancy scientific reasons, I'd say 1,000,000 to 1 odds. Two Swedish twin sisters, separated and living with their families cross seas of one another, Ursula and Sabina Eriksen. Twins having no family or personal history of mental illness had lived normal, happy lives. Then one day, Ursula made a trip from her home in the United States to visit her sister in Ireland. The aftermath caught everyone by surprise. The sisters proceeded to go on a rampage. Starting with a bus headed for London, which they were kicked off of, the sisters then found their way onto a busy highway in London. This is where the story really takes a dip into insanity. They continue to walk among the speeding traffic, resulting in numerous accidents. Shortly after walking in the frame of a camera filming a BBC show similar to Cops, police officers detained the twins, and they appeared to be calm. But then Ursula breaks free and runs directly under the wheels of a truck. Just moments later, Sabina plunged into traffic as well. With no traces of drugs or alcohol, Ursula would get back up in a frenzy and attack the officers. After a night in jail, Sabina had calmed down enough for police officers to release her into the streets again, proving to be a massive mistake. Just hours after she was out, she murdered a man after he had offered her a place to stay. Twin sisters June and Jennifer Gibbons, dubbed the Silent Twins, gained notoriety in the 80s after carrying out a 2-woman crime spree at age 18. Resulting in both sisters officially being declared psychotic. The name the Silent Twins was given to them due to their refusal to speak to anyone but their immediate families. Suffering from speech impairment, the twins developed a type of secret language they used to communicate. The girls were frequently bullied, which resulted in their further ostracizing after being committed to England's Broadmoor Hospital, where they lived for 11 years after they were diagnosed with schizophrenia. The sisters had an intense love-hate relationship, which would lead them to make a one-sided death pact, claiming one of us must die so the other can live a normal life. Jennifer admitted herself, "I'm going to die. We've decided." And in 1993, at age 29, she died on her sister's shoulder from a sudden, unexplained inflammation of the heart muscle. An unknown jewel thief, whose name was either Hassan or Abbas O, but their family name was never revealed as per German law, got away with $6.8 million worth of jewelry. One of the two was the culprit, according to the DNA scan of evidence left behind. Both men were released after the courts could not determine which of the brothers the DNA originated. It proved to be so similar that no conclusion could be exclusively linked to the evidence produced. Officials went on record stating, "From the evidence we have, we can deduce that at least one of the brothers took part in the crime," the court writes in the statement. But it has not been possible to determine which one. This really may be the perfect crime.